Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I am Zoe. I'm a lover of makeup, and because I love makeup so much, I tend to have a lot of makeup. And because I have a lot of makeup, today I'm gonna actually declutter my collection. I'm gonna start off with eyeshadow palettes because I think that's the most exciting thing to watch. But if you want to see any other declutters, please let me know in the comments down below. Or if you want to see any looks with any of the palettes I'm going to show you today, please let me know as well. And then I want to do a quick talk on how I'm going to do this. I will have this declutter split up in 3 parts because I have so many eyeshadow palettes. So I'm going to start with the warm tones and neutrals in this video. In the next video, I'm going to do half colorful, half neutral palettes and neutral palettes with pops of color. And then in the last video, I'm going to have colorful palettes and colorful palettes with pops of neutrals. So that's how we're going to go through these palettes. Nobody needs this amount of palettes, obviously, but I really love collecting makeup, and that's why I have so much. Some of these I bought for the purpose of selling, some of these I bought for the purpose of using or gifting or whatever. None of these are going to go to waste. I'm going to give, sell, whatever with all of these palettes, but I'm not going to throw in the trash. And then, the last 2 things you need to know: some of these palettes are brand new, and if palettes are brand new, I'm not likely to keep them, except for when I really want to start using them soon. And also, I like my palettes to have an equal amount of matte and shimmers, so if the palette's all shimmer or all matte, I might not keep it. This I'm just saying so I won't repeat myself. And that's exactly the case in this first palette out of the warm category, which I'm going to do first. This is the bronze. Oh, this, by the way, is a stain of makeup of filming earlier, so don't think it's like gross or anything. This is the Blazing Bronze palette by Catrice. First of all, this color scheme doesn't make any kind of sense to me. Second of all of these are shimmers. Third of all, the shimmers aren't even that spectacular. And these 2 shades, for example, look a lot alike. I don't even know why both of these are in there. So this is an easy declutter for me. This has got to go. What is more difficult of a choice for me is this MUA Fire Vixen palette. These mattes are really gorgeous. There's a nice amount of mattes in here, a nice amount of shimmers. The shimmers are also very beautiful, reflective, and it's just a decent good palette, and I used to use it a lot, but over the last year I haven't reached for it, so I'm kind of on the fence if I should keep this or not. So I think I'm gonna put it in the maybe pile. I know, off to a bad start, Jesus. But you know, and then I think I'm gonna do these 2 together because it makes sense. This is a W7 Dusk Till Dawn, and this is the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk. I've had this for years and years and years, and you can see I hit pan on one of the shades, but my only problem with this palette is that over the years, I don't really remember, these mattes have gotten dry and they show up, but then when you blend them, you just kind of blend them away, whilst these are just really pigmented. You see what I mean? This is just kind of non-existent in comparison to the other shade. And I like my mattes to pack a punch, my shimmers to pack a punch, and these, especially the mattes, just don't do that anymore. This is pretty new to me, but I actually like this palette better in the state it's in right now. I think someone could actually get use out of this if they don't want their mattes to be very there. So that's what I'm going to do. Color this, keep this one. First keep. Okay, we have the Revolution Reloaded Iconic Fever, which is this beautiful warm tone palette. It's fully closed, stickers still on there, and I like this in this shade, but I mean, it's unopened. I'd rather give it away if I only like 2 out of 15 shades. And then we have the Revolution Neutrals VS Neutrals. This used to be everybody and their mom's like favorite drugstore palette some years ago. And it's still good. Like, the formula isn't bad or anything. Is it really outstanding? No, in no way possible is it outstanding. But it's pretty good, you know. So I think someone else could actually love this. But in my collection, this doesn't have a place. This color scheme doesn't have a place. This formula doesn't really have a place. And this color scheme used to confuse me when it was very popular. And now I just don't ever reach for it, nor like it anymore. So that can be decluttered. Then we have another Revolution palette. This is the I Heart Revolution Tasty Chili palette. Jesus, can I open this? Oh, there we go. And this is just super cute. First of all, I love food themed palettes. That's my cup of tea. I just love when palettes have food themes. That's, yeah, I go for that. I'm a sucker for cute packaging, especially when it's food themed. But the shades in this palette are very inspiring and very beautiful. And when I look at this palette, I just want to play with it, which doesn't happen often when I see warm tone palettes. But this palette, I'm just like, oh yes, give it to me. I wanna dug my fingers in there and want to make it look. So this is actually going to be kept in my collection. And then we have the next palette from the next pile. Let's get the next pile in. There we go. This is the Nubian Mini by Juvias Place. First of all, I'm really glad I didn't get the big Nubian because this color scheme just isn't for me. It's very pretty and I convince myself every time I'm going to use this traveling. But first of all, who's traveling in this time? Like, nobody is. And second of all, I didn't really travel a lot before that. And I love to pick it up after, you know, COVID is done. But the chance of me taking this while traveling, I'd rather take any other warm tone palette than this. It just doesn't, like, take all my pickle. It doesn't really do anything for me inspiring wise. The shades are gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Someone else could just, like, this could be someone else's favorite palette, but not mine. So I'm gonna declutter it. This palette is such good quality. Like, if you see these little Lottie London palettes were like $6, €6, like, don't sleep on them. However, I'm just really doubtful if I will get the use out of this that I should in like the coming year, or that if I could better give it away to someone else that actually would use it a lot more. So because of that, I'm kind of doubting if I want to keep this, and I'm kind of feeling this should be my second maybe of the video. I don't want to do too many maybes, so I'm trying to do just like 2 per category. Then we have the Beautyrests palette, and I really thought I was going to declutter this, honestly, because it only has 1 shimmer, and this matte dusk is just, it sucks pretty bad. But swatching the other shades, I actually really think it's very pretty. And I remember making a matte look with this, a fully matte look, which I don't ever do, and really loving it. So I think I'm actually going to keep it and see if I can get use out of it now that I have a smaller collection. And I mean, look at this packaging. It's so gorgeous. For some reason, this really, like, this packaging is really my kind of vibe. And then we have the Spices palette, Addicted to Spices by Catrice. This, especially this and the chocolates one, I thought were really great quality. I mean, look at these mattes. They're really, really beautiful. This is kind of like a satiny shade. And then you have some very, very stunning metallics. I think the quality of this palette, especially for Catrice, is outstanding. I know Catrice can be a little bit like up and down, but this collection to me was really, really great. And even though, you know, I don't want to keep too many warm tones, I think this is one that I'll actually be happy using. So yeah. Then let's get into the last 3. Okay, this one just sucks. That's it. It just sucks. Like it's not good in any kind of form. I don't know what Kiko was thinking, but these mattes nor these shimmers are good. Like they're pretty much like non-existent. That shade is pretty okay, but it's like not even that metallic or shimmery, and I'm like, yeah, well, no. No thanks. Maybe someone else loves it. I don't at all. I'm kind of being harsh on some of these, but I just try to, you know, make sure that you know what I'm thinking of a palette. This is the Natasha Denona Desert Sunset. No, not Desert, just Sunset. I got this off of someone else, so I didn't pay full price. I'm not sure if I think the full price would be worth it, but I do think it's a very beautiful palette. The shimmers are gorgeous. The mattes are beautiful. I never, like, I used this now like 3-4 times maybe, but I've never made a look that I was like, well, it's okay, but no. I almost always enjoy the looks that I create with this. So I'm going to keep it. And then we have Profusion Ultra Warm. Well, first of all, I don't really like warm tones. Second, I don't really like big palettes. So because this is freaking brand new, I would love to make someone else happy with this palette, but I'm not going to keep it. So for the warm tones, that means I declutter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm going to keep 5. So that's good. And then I have 2 maybes. And then we're going to get into the neutral ones. Wait. Yeah. Then we're going to get into the neutral ones. I'm going to take the first little pile and put it up here. Let's see. So I have some, let's do all the like quads mini palettes together. There we go. This Easy Declutter, it contains fragrance, which I'm allergic to, so I'm not gonna keep it. So this has got to go. Then the e.l.f. Truffle palette, I really like the quality of this, but for some reason I just cringe at the color scheme of this, because to me this doesn't fit with the other shades, and I don't know. I never really am happy with the look I create, nor am I excited to use it because of that reason. So I'm gonna declutter it. Formula is great though. This is also a really nice formula, a nice color scheme. It's the Revolution Gold Egg, but I have this color scheme over and over in palettes that I like just a little bit more and that are a little bit more convenient to store. Yes, I'm wearing a pajama top because I might get it all dirty swatching stuff. If you could see that in the little egg, the reflection of it. Then we have the Eligo Optimized little quad. I used to want this so bad, and then I got it and I liked it, but now I really need a darker gray shade to actually work with this palette, and because of that I never reached for it. Next to the fact that it's quite bulky, like look at this, it's like almost double the size of the Wet n Wild quad, so this can go. And then we have 2 quads left, which I both am gonna keep. This is the ColourPop Sparkler little quad. I'm gonna say a little quad with every single one of these. I'm very annoying. I love the packaging on this and really like the dimension of these shimmers. They're really like have like a dimension to them. And then I'm also gonna keep this Wet n Wild quad if I can open it for the life of me. Oh my gosh. This is just really nice because you have everything. You have a darker shade to deepen up with. You have your crease shade, you have your lid shade, and you have your inner corner / brow bone highlighter, which I think is just really great to have every single shade of this, and it's very convenient because I could use that on its own, and that wasn't the case with most of the other quads. Keeping these 2. Also, I wanted to mention that I took a big break from filming, so if you think like I'm using a lot of the same words, it's because I am, because I haven't talked English in quite a while, so kind of getting back into it. Then we have the Catrice Professional Artist palette. This just doesn't inspire me. That's the reason it's gonna get decluttered. I can't tell you anything more. It's just not inspiring to me. Then we have the Addicted to Chocolates. This is the one with, you know, we had the spices before. It's just super good quality, and I used to, like, this used to be one of my favorite palettes. And and I'm not using it as much anymore, but I think I want to give it a chance to, you know, get loved again by me, so I'm gonna keep it. And then the Moira Go Fly Travel. I would love to try more from Moira because I really like this palette. I think everything is just good quality. I think the mattes are beautiful, the shimmers are really nice, and every time I made a look with this palette, I really enjoyed it. So definitely gonna keep this. And on to the next palette. This is the Primark PS Master Eye Palette. I used to love this. I used to use it so much, but not anymore. I never reach for this. I never even look at it. I never enjoy looking at it, so this is gonna be going, even though it's quite good quality, especially for the time it was brought out. Same goes for this one. This is actually still good quality. The mattes still look really nice, and the shimmers also look pretty good. But this color scheme kind of confuses me. When I look at this palette, I never think, oh yeah, I know exactly what to do. Not at all. So because of that, and because someone else probably will use this a lot because it's a good neutral tone palette, I am definitely gonna declutter it and give it a better home. Okay, this palette needs to be unpacked like fully. Okay, here we go. This is the Warrior by Juvias Place. It's the Warrior 1. It's very reflective packaging. Let me say this. Juvias Place, their customer service sucks. Big time. Because, well, I had, like, people were saying this for a long time already, and I was like, well, whatever. I never had problems with them because I never asked them anything or had anything go wrong. But one of my packages got lost, and they just, like, no. They didn't help me very well. Let me just put it like that. However, their formula is obviously stunning and very beautiful, and I already bought this, so I'm going to keep it because I really like it. But I am seriously doubting if I want to buy any more Juvia's Place because of that single reason. Like, you need to have good customer service. I have been a customer from like pretty early on, and it sucks that I'm treated this way, you know, when I try to give you my money. So yeah. Okay, another row of neutrals. And then the last row is going to be kind of pinky neutrals. I kind of organized it like that. We have the Zoeva Blend Fusion. We also have the Zoeva Cocoa Blend. Let's do these together because that makes sense. Right. Zoeva isn't the most exciting brand to me. However, Zoeva is a brand that I can always count on when I need to have a good look and I don't have the time to try over and over. I just need to be one and done, like a good staple look for like a party or anything. Zoeva will do the trick, definitely. They have great shimmers, great mattes, nothing too special or colorful or exciting, but very like, I think this is like a brand, how am I gonna say this? It's just very reliable. It's like a dog of a brand, you know, very just always there. This one, however, I don't know if I really love the color scheme as much, so I kind of want to put it aside and see how much I declutter and then decide if I want to keep it or not. Then we have the Honey, no, the Naked Honey. Oh my god, just confused that big time. This is really stunning. I'm gonna put it like this so it hits the light. And this is also really up my alley. I like golds. I like that grungy gold right there. The formula is really good. I didn't expect it to be this good, to be honest. But, yeah. Keeping that. And what I also think I'm going to be keeping is this Flashdance palette. And this is probably going to be the only matte palette I keep. It's an all matte palette. The mattes are stunning in this palette. It's just really great. The only complaint I truly have is if they would have moved the whole like situation up, they could have fit an entire row of eyeshadows in there, like extra row, which it annoys me. I swatched some of these shades, but they don't swatch as well as they apply, so. And I'm a dance teacher, so, you know, flash dance, it's just really cool. By the way, this is by Solo Look, for if you're wondering. That's the brand. And then we have this, which is what is this called? Makeup Academy Undress Me Too palette. And we also have the Natural Undercover by the Bronx color. This is basically the same palette. It's both a dupe of, I believe, the Naked One. But the shimmers in this are better than the shimmers in that. The mattes in this palette are better though, but there's only 3 mattes. So I'd rather go for the palette that has better shimmers. I mean, look at that. The shimmers and MUA formula is very beautiful. This is going to be decluttered. However, I'm just not sure if I will get enough use out of this color scheme. Oh my god. The sun just went away. I hope you can still see everything. Oh, there it is. It's back. So that's why I'm going to put this in a maybe pile. I'm trying to film with natural lighting, but it's kind of not predictable, so that kind of makes me stressed out in some kind of way. We have the Ardell Mattes palette. Again, I just said that the Flash Dance was the only matte palette I was going to keep, so that's gonna go. And then we have the Profusion Nudes palette. I only have had this for like a week or so, a little bit more, maybe 2. But I really like everything I've tried so far. The formula is very consistent, and I know I love Profusion's formula, so this is a good like everyday palette to have on hand. So I'm gonna keep. And I'm also going to keep these 2. These are the Sultry by ABH and the W7 Seduced, which are dupes for one another. Like, I don't know if you're able to tell, but they are. Oh my god, the brush just fell out. I'm going to keep both of these, which is going to sound really weird, but hear me out. Both of these have different qualities. I like both of them, but for different kind of reasons. And this I bought with the last gift card I got from my aunt before she passed away. So I got the gift card before she passed away, and then she passed away, and wanted to buy something that I would keep forever and ever. And so I bought this because it has beautiful packaging, but also because it's very everyday, but also very party. You can use this for a party. You can use this like on your own wedding day. So that's why I'm keeping this for like ever. But this is also really good, and it's nice to kind of like not a backup, but something with similar shades for if I get like anxiety that I'm ever gonna use that up with something stupid like that. But that's me. So last little row of palettes for this video. These are kind of like the pinky neutral tones. These are just like 6 of the same because I intended to give these to my friends, so I will. So I'll declutter those, but I'll show you this one. This is the Essence Salute Paris. The formula in these palettes is really, really nice and good for like, no, just it's good. However, this color scheme isn't really my cup of tea at the moment. And I have 6 friends, so do I? Yeah, I have 6 friends, so I only have 6 friends. So I want to, you know, keep them all together. And then we have these 3 left. This is just not the best quality, and the pans are really like low, so I can't really fit my finger in there properly in any kind of way. So it takes effort, which I don't like. It shouldn't take effort to even get it out of the pan. And then we have this, the Elysium palette. That used to be my go-to palette for like years and years and years. But looking at it now, it doesn't really inspire me anymore. And then we have the Zoeva Cafe palette. And this is basically, you know, the same palette as those 3. except I like this one a little more, I think. I just love that it's a pop of green, and I just love that. I love the aesthetic of this palette. I love the names of Zoeva shades as well. They're really like deep instead of like cafe being latte, cappuccino, espresso, stuff like that. It has like nuance, history, and cup of joy, and you know, there's just, they go a little bit further with shades, which I like, shade names. So I'm gonna keep the cafe, and I think I'm gonna declare both the MUA Elysium and the W7 Color Me Nude palette, because I didn't tell you the shades. The maybe, I have 4 maybes at the end of the video. I'm gonna talk about the maybes in the last video, you know, kind of cliffhanger. And if you want to know, I kept 3, 6, 9, 12 palettes, and I decluttered, 12 neutral palettes, and then 5 warranted, so that's 17 kept. And then, 17 kept. And I decluttered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 23. So I declared more than I kept, so that's off of a good start, because I'm gonna have a lot of trouble, I think, in the last video. So this was the first part of my video, first part of my declutter. If you like this video, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to see any videos with any of the palettes you saw today, please let me know. If you want to see any other declutters, please let me know as well. And as soon as I upload part 2 and 3, they will be in the comment section, or in the description box down below. So that's it for today, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye!